My name's Michael Cook. I'm 53. I was in critical care after an operation to take a tumour out of the cheek that was cancerous. The operation unfortunately went wrong and I had to go back in for further surgery, so this led to the prolonged stay that I had in ICU, a period of 4 weeks. Well, I suppose without question it'd have to be I'm alive, especially after the surgery initially went wrong due to an allergy that I had to heparin that was unknown before the surgery. So the fact that I'm alive is the most positive aspect of all. I think the fact that my mother and my sister have both said that they felt very safe and very comfortable and confident when I was in ICU. That's another positive. They felt that I was receiving the best care possible. I would say they're the two biggest positives out of my experience. The only negative thought that I have is the fact that I can't remember anything or very little of my experience in ICU. It seems to be a blank page. I remember vivid dreams of fire shooting dragons and battles in Middle Earth, but apart from that, the day-to-day experiences I have very little recollection of at all. In fact, it's quite embarrassing because whereas I would like to say thank you to the people who cared for me directly, I'm unable to recollect who those individuals were. And when I did the follow-up visit through ICU, I felt quite embarrassed at times because I was wondering whether that individual had helped me and they thought that I might be blanking them or ignoring them, which wasn't the intention at all. I have a memory when I was in the ward after ICU of one of the nurses coming up to me and saying how well I looked, and I said thank you, but again couldn't recollect them from my time in ICU. I think the guide that is given out is very much appreciated and very clear and well written, and it mentions a patient's diary, which I think is an excellent idea. I think that may be introduced at a very early stage and relatives, parents, friends encouraged to make comments from the first day that you're in there as a way of them bringing back memories and recollecting your experiences. I also think it would make the parents especially and relatives feel useful that they were providing a service whilst they were there as well, because sometimes I know that people came and saw me and I was asleep for the whole time they were there, whereas if they'd been able to make a comment in the diary and make an observation, it would come well at the end as the overall experience. I felt very well supported. I very much appreciate the aftercare service. It was totally unexpected. People, or because this was my first experience of hospital, was totally unaware that the service existed. With the aid of the guide, the information booklet and the follow-up visits and the care taken by the aftercare team, very much appreciated and excellent, and I can't fault them at all. So I didn't suffer from much anxiety because the guide helps make you feel normal for that situation, that it's not unusual to have these vivid dreams and nightmares that I was actually having, because in the guide it says that this could be one of the side effects of either the medication or the treatment that you're receiving in ICU. the biggest challenge I faced was a total lack of energy, of being drained, being totally unprepared for how weak I was, even with the most basic activities of going to the toilet or even putting the kettle on and making a cup of tea. I didn't appreciate how much energy you would take up having been in surgery, and that was my overriding experience. On top of other things, my overriding experience was my total lack of energy and willingness to do anything. There were times where I just lay in bed and just didn't want to do anything at all. Sometimes it makes me feel quite bad because I'd like to have known what's gone on, and I'd like to have known the sequence of events in my circumstances, because the first surgery then went wrong and I then had to go back for further surgery. I also feel that I'm unable to say thank you to the team that looked after me, because even when we went through the follow-up visit, I was unable even to recollect the ICU unit in itself, let alone the people who were looking after me. Just thank you, and to all those people who did help me, I do appreciate all your support and help, and I would have liked to have thanked you in person. Thank you.